This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks for the confirmation. Fine. Let's get started. So before starting, I'll just quickly give some overview. So what we have discussed so far. Okay. So what is Ansible? So Ansible is a configuration management tool. Okay. And even it is a deployment tool. We can use Ansible for deployment. Okay. Rolling updates. Okay. And we can automate a lot of third-party tools like monitoring, network. Okay, so various cloud provisioning we can do with Ansible. So it is a completely replacement of your shell scripting. Okay, so it will replace a lot of shell scripts. Fine. So now let's get started. And we started with installation of Ansible. So in the installation of Ansible, we have seen something called inventory. So what is inventory? So inventory holds the information about manager nodes, what Ansible want to manage. So it will have the details of what Ansible have to manage. And next, we started creating ad hoc commands. What are ad hoc commands? Ad hoc commands are a one-liner task or a quick one-line task, which basically do some work. Okay. And Ansible ad hoc commands uses a workable units called modules, which are basic small Python programs. Okay. So fundamental unit of work. The module will do the actual work. Okay. So module in turn uses tasks. So in task we will write module so that task will be created. So and finally we can also write playbooks. So we can playbook consists of multiple plays. Okay, and play in turn consists of tasks. Task uses modules. Okay, task uses modules. So far we have seen some very important modules like apt module, M module, service module, ping module, setup module, file module, copy module, fetch module. Okay, so basic usage of each and every module is to some purpose of some work. We can do some work with those modules. Okay, now let's talk with some of the Ansible related stuff. Okay, we will discuss some Ansible related stuff now, and later we will jump into the playbooks. We will see Ansible basic features practically. I'll connect to the machine. So here the first fundamental thing is about inventory. So basically inventory is two types, static inventory and dynamic inventory. Static inventory and dynamic inventory. Okay, so whatever the work you do with Ansible, that is called static inventory. Whatever we prepare one file, right, inventory file, that is called static inventory. Okay, so basically what is dynamic inventory means? Dynamic inventory will be provided by, which is used for cloud third-party tools. Third-party tools are responsible for implementing some script, and they will provide one script. You have to execute that script. So then dynamically your inventory values will be captured. So AWS has provided one ec2.py. Okay, that is a Python script which supports the dynamic inventory. Okay, so you don't need to manage the IP addresses are inside the file. So that is completely dynamic in nature. Okay, whenever anyone want to work with cloud, AWS cloud with Ansible, so they will use dynamic inventory. So, but anyone want to manage, so they have to maintain a static inventory file. So what is the default Ansible inventory location? Anyone?
/etc/Ansible/hosts.
Hosts. Okay, so whenever I type this, what is the output I will get now?
Information about managed nodes.
Okay, so information about the managing nodes. So you can write your managed nodes in multiple patterns. Okay, see, I can write like this. This is one way of writing. I can write like this also. So which is the best one? You can tell me. I can write some group of hosts like this. Okay, or see, this is called ungrouped. Ungrouped. We are not grouping, just keeping all the servers in one file and start using it. Okay, so if you want to group it in a better way according to the category or according to the any nature, so let's say consider this is dev server and this is test server. Okay, so I'm categorizing. So whenever dev people want to use, they will use dev. Test people want to use test. So this is called grouping. So grouping always clarity. It will give clarity. Okay, grouping will give clarity. So inventory can be written in two ways here in this example. So which is the best way means I prefer this. Okay, so one group having some IPs. So you can also keep not only IPs, you can also write FQDNs also. Okay, FQDN. What do you mean by FQDN? Means fully qualified domain name. So this is a domain name. So you can write like this also. Okay, so if it is a node, you can write that. This is a fully qualified domain name of the EC2. You can also use FQDN also or computer name also. Okay, so anything you can write, it will work. So now, so let me connect to the instance. Yeah, fine. So let's ping the machine to Ansible. Ansible all. If I use all, it will connect to all machines which is inside the file. See the inventory. It's all about basically inventory. Two files are there. It will connect. So instead of that, I can do one thing. I can write IP also. Okay, I can write some IP. So out of 100 IPs, I want to connect only particular IP. So then I can mention IP address also like this. Okay, only it will connect to that particular IP. Let's say I have 100 IPs. Out of 100 IPs, I want to test only 2 IPs. Then I can do comma. Okay, and you mention those 2 IPs. Out of 100 IPs, you have, okay, let's test for 2. So it will connect only 2. Okay, it will connect only 2. That's all. Okay, so this is very important. So provide comma separator. So then it will connect to particular machines. How many you give? Not only IPs, even you can also use group also. Let's say I want to connect to one group out of 100 groups. Let's say Red Hat. Okay, then you can just mention the group. It will connect only Red Hat. See, now it will only connect Red Hat group. Okay, 89. Out of 100 groups, I want to connect only 2 groups. Then what I can do? I can give comma. So this is how you can control. A lot of interview questions will come in this area. Okay, sir, the question is very simple. I want to run only on certain IPs. What I have to do? Okay, you can provide like a comma separator. I want to out of 100 groups. I want to run only on 2 groups. What can I do? Okay, Red Hat comma Ubuntu. Just you have to mention group names. Okay, so now today we have seen something about how to pass IP address to the ad hoc command, right? And we are passing multiple groups to the ad hoc command. Okay, we are passing multiple groups. From where this information is being reading, It is reading from the etc or Ansible host file. Okay, etc Ansible host file. Suppose let's say same thing I want to test in the playbook. Okay, so people will ask in the playbook how to write. Okay, how to group. I want to run only one server, one group, multiple IPs. Okay, so let's see that also. So you have a basic ping playbook. You have a basic ping playbook. So see this one. So basically, whenever you execute this playbook, okay, Ansible dash playbook, okay, playbook name. It is going to ping all the servers available in the group. 100 servers are there means 100 servers it will do. But I want to run only on a particular server. So what I can do now? Okay, instead of host all, I can mention particular IP. Okay, only one IP it want to run. You can mention. Okay, so particular IP. Let me copy the IP. Okay, and write it in the playbook. See here, a group of IPs you can write or a single IP. Will it work or not in the playbook? Okay, so I'm just running. I'm just running this playbook command. Ansible dash playbook name. Right now, it's running now. You can see it. Okay, 179. So same. Okay, same it will run. Okay, if you want to run group also, you can mention. This one you have already seen, mentioning the group name. So instead of IPs, you can also mention group name. Red Hat, comma, Ubuntu. See, it is working or not. So it has to gather 2. It has to gather 2. Okay, so let me try in this way. I'm using some not. I'm using not. I'm able to enter or not. Okay, Red Hat exclamation Ubuntu. What is this exclamation? What is exclamation, sir? What will happen now? Red Hat Ubuntu. So not Ubuntu. See, it has to execute all machines of Red Hat, but not Ubuntu. Okay, so this is way. So not Ubuntu. Red Hat you have to take, but not Ubuntu. Okay, so it is very similar. When we will use, we want to execute all groups. Okay, let's say I will give all. I want to execute all groups except Ubuntu. These scenarios are very useful, sir. Okay. Let's say I have 5 groups. Ubuntu only I want to exclude. Then instead of mentioning 4 names, you can mention only like this. Okay. All, comma, not Ubuntu. I want all except Ubuntu. Okay. So this scenario also very helpful, sir. Okay. So they will ask these kind of interview questions, sir, in the interview. 100% sure questions, sir. Okay. I have five groups, sir. Okay. So out of 5 groups, I want to execute 4 groups. How you will do like that? So you can mention all, comma. Now you can exclude whatever you don't want. That's it. Okay, this is how you can manage your inventory. Now let's come this scenario. This is also very important scenario. Let's try with the playbook. So here I will mention all. Lot of people they will standardize this all. Okay, so it is recommended. It is recommended to mention all. Okay, most of the playbooks we will recommend to mention all. But while running the playbook, you have to run this playbook on only Ubuntu. This is a scenario. Okay, so for that you have an option called --limit. Okay, you have to supply value. So Red Hat. So same exercise what you tried. So you can do it from the command line. Okay, Ansible dash playbook name --, limit Red Hat. So you can limit to one group, particular groups, one IP or many IP. So in the ping.yaml it is all only, but while executing you can limit, okay, particular group. Okay, I want to execute all but not Ubuntu. So limit option will helpful. Okay, limit option will helpful for doing this. So see here, I want to mention limit Ubuntu. Okay, so try to use this way. So then it will execute, it will limit to that particular machine. Okay, it will limit to your particular machine without any changing the code. I think someone is on mute. Please be on mute. I'm hearing some sound. If you have any doubts, you can open it and you can ask me. Okay, and I will give you one more option, which is basically very important. Okay, so how many machines it is connecting here? Like in these two machines are there. Okay, so Ansible, it will connect to two machines. Okay, by default it will connect to some 5 to 6 machines. Okay, that is a limit. Okay, that limit is called fork limit. So basically all these defined values will be available in the configuration file. I'll show the configuration file. So Ansible have some configuration file. In that configuration file there are some default values to be used. See, almost all everywhere. Okay, so you are seeing some key and value. So these are all variables, default variables. Okay, in this variable file they declare some default values, so it will use that. So what are all the plugins? Okay, some extra features are all there in the configuration file. See, if you see, there are some basic default value. The default inventory location is etc Ansible host. Okay, so forks 5. So parallelly, it can connect to 5 machines. If suppose I have 10 machines, I have to increase this value. Okay, forks value I have to increase. It will connect parallelly. Okay, like that we have some default values. Okay, so we will be discussing so many things, roles path, lot of things will come. So there are some default values. By default, this value is available. If you want to override those default value, then you can create your own configuration file. You can create your own inventory also. Okay, so that also is there. So these two topics you will see now. Suppose if you want to limit to increase your Ansible, then we can do from the command line also. Ansible all -m ping -f you have to use and increase the number. Okay, so this will connect to 15 hosts. Okay, this command is capable of running to 15 hosts.
Host in sense,
Number
node,
of servers,
node manager.
manager nodes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so by it can parallelly connect to 15 machines. Okay. Next, one more rule. In the first day itself I told, but I want to show practically. Okay, I want to show you practically. Before showing this, I will complete those one. What is the second point I told? This is about the user. What is the second point I told? So whenever you want to override, okay, the existing file, okay, that point we will cover now. Okay, so I will create one directory basically. Okay, so in every Ansible project, we will create one directory like this. Any project you can create. Okay, first what we will keep. Okay, we will write some file, YAML file. Okay, I have written one YAML file. Now here what we will do is we will prepare our own ansible.cfg file. Okay, we will write our own ansible.cfg file. If I want to override any value, I will write here. Let's say I want to override inventory is equal to. Okay, I want to override this value. So /home /ansible, okay, /project /inv. Okay, inv is a inventory file. I can use like this. It's my own inventory file. Okay, I can prepare inventory file also. In this, I will mention only one IP. I'll place one IP which belongs to Red Hat. Okay, I'll keep priority. Okay, just I kept it like this. Okay, so now if you try to run ansible.cfg, you execute the playbook. So can anyone expect what is the output of this program? On which machine it will execute? All or only one?
One.
Okay, see this. See, basically here what is happening, you just observe whenever you are executing the playbook, it is reading the error reading config file. See, it says that I am reading the configuration file, but file contains no section headers like string line 1. Okay, so basically what is the nature we have to follow is, okay, what is the practical approach we have to follow is, so remove this configuration file. Always remember we have to do like this. Okay, sudo copy /etc ansible, okay, ansible.cfg, okay, so ansible.cfg, okay, enter. Okay, okay, now you got the configuration file. So now what you have to do, you have to modify this value and you can delete whatever you want. Okay, so this is basically a file which does not allow, it is a read only. Okay, so you have to change the property or you can use sudo. So basically you have to provide the permissions for this, or else you have a sudo user, you can open it, okay, and you can use it. So here I want to change the inventory, so we can maintain our own inventory and our own files. See, I want to change the entire location, so /home /ansible, okay, project, this is a folder. Okay, I given this folder, save it. Okay, so now Ansible -playbook, see, okay, Ansible -playbook name. So it is saying I'm reading this file. Okay, so then finally it is picking up only one machine. Okay, it is picking up one machine. So if the ansible.cfg is available in the current location, then this is a priority. Okay, first it will look for the ansible.cfg only. Okay, if that is there, then it will not read the basic file. Okay, whatever the inventory is there, it is reading from the file. So first this playbook will read ansible.cfg, and ansible.cfg have the path for inventory. So it will pick up the directory inventory. So in this way we can test our own inventory and our own ansible.cfg for a project. Okay, so it is basically to test for our own inventory. So ansible.cfg you have to override, you have to modify, put it into the current directory, and the same way you prepare your own inventory and start using it. Okay, clear how to use your own inventory? Okay, now I will remove this ansible.cfg. If I remove, what will happen? If I remove, what will happen? So if I execute this playbook, okay, what will happen? Can anyone guess? So which ansible.cfg it will read? Okay, it will read the ansible.cfg available in the default location. Okay, and then it will connect to the all. So two machines are there, but in this inventory you have only one file. So here what is my requirement is I want to read it from default inventory. So then you have to pass -i inv. Okay, you have to use -i inventory. If you want to read your own inventory, then you have to pass -i inv. Okay. Putama, ఈ డోర్ వేసేయండి ఇక్కడ. Ansible dash playbook. Ansible dash playbook. So you can use your own inventory file. Okay, like this we can read our own inventory file. If I take the ansible.cfg into my current directory, then what is the advantage means I can pass this value inside that, so that whenever I execute this one, automatically it reads my own configuration file and my own inventory. Okay, basically this is a main usage we will use. The most scenario is we will try to copy. For every folder we will have one set of inventory and we have one set of ansible.cfg. We will work with multiple cfg files. So what is the priority? Let's say I have my own configuration file and already user defined configuration file. Which is the priority, sir? Which one will read first? It will read only current location. It will read only current location. So I will refer to the Google documentation. Okay, so there is, okay, ansible.cfg, ansible.configuration file, precedence topic. Okay, the headline is, okay, in interviews also they will ask precedence rule. What do you mean by precedence rule? Okay, so ansible.cfg you can write in 4 places, sir. Okay, ansible.cfg can be written in 4 places, sir. One is, see, default. Okay, you know this location. You can also write, sir, here also in the home directory in the hidden file and .ansible.cfg. You can write in the hidden file also. Okay, or you can write in the current directory also. Or if you don't want 3 places, you can write environment as an environment variable also. You can set Ansible_cfg. Okay, so what is the precedence here? Use the first file found. Okay, whatever the file it found first. Okay, so this is a precedence. This is having highest priority, the second priority, third priority, fourth priority. If you are not mentioning these 3, it will read from here only. So now I used this file, the second one, right? So immediately it start reading from this file. Okay, this is what precedence are. Okay, so answer, what is the answer for your interview question or whatever subject? Okay, so you have to tell, okay, Ansible configuration precedence is 4 files, ansible.cfg. Okay, so ansible_config is the environment variable. Okay, and next ansible.cfg home.ansible.cfg, that is in the home directory. Okay, and etc ansible.cfg. This is a precedence rule for configuration file. Fine. Okay, any questions?
ఇది ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేస్తారా సార్?
అంటే మీకు తెలుగు చెప్పాలి ఇప్పుడు. ఇది అర్థం కాలేదా? ఇదేనా అర్థం కాంది? అయితే ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో చెప్పాలి. ఓకే, సో ప్రెసిడెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే ఎలా రీడ్ అవుతుంది అని, ఏ ఫైల్ ఫస్ట్ రీడ్ అవుతుంది అని మీనింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ సో టాప్ టు బాటమ్, సపోజ్ మీరు ఈ ఫైల్ యూజ్ చేసిరు అనుకోండి, ఈ ఫైల్ ఉందనుకోండి మీ దాంట్లో. ఓకే, దెన్ ఇదే రీడ్ చేస్తుంది అట్లా, ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఫస్ట్. అంటే మీరు ఏ ఫైల్ పెడతారో అది, ఇవేవి లేవు ఇది ఉంది అంటే ఇదే రీడ్ చేస్తుంది. సపోజ్ ఈ ఫైల్ ఉందనుకోండి, ఏ ఫైల్ రీడ్ చేస్తుంది? మీరు కావాలంటే ఇది పైకి వేసుకోండి ఇట్లా. ఓకే, ఇది నుంచి పైకి వేసుకోండి. ఓకే, ఆరో మార్క్, మీ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లేకపోతే. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, సో ansible.cfg ఉంటే నెక్స్ట్ etc ansible ఉంటే ఏది రీడ్ అవుతుంది ఫస్ట్? సో ఇది పైన ఉన్నదే ఫస్ట్ ప్రియారిటీ అవుతుంది. ఓకే. సో పైనుంచి రీడ్ అవుతుంది అన్నట్టు. ఇప్పుడు అన్ని ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, ఏది ఆర్డర్, ఏ ఫైల్ తీసుకుంటది చెప్పండి. అంతే. సపోజ్ ఏ ఈక్వల్, ఇప్పుడు అన్ని చోట్ల నేను ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 50 పెట్టాను, ఇక్కడ ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 80 పెడతాను, ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 100 పెడతాను, ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 120 పెడతాను. సో అప్పుడు ఏ వాల్యూ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు నీకు ఏమొస్తుంది? 50 వస్తుంది డైరెక్ట్ గా. ఎందుకంటే సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ ప్రియారిటీ. ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ వేరియబుల్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ ప్రియారిటీ. ఓకే. ఐ వాంట్ టు ఓవర్ రైడ్. ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 100 ఇచ్చాను. సో దాన్ని ఓవర్ రైడ్ చేయడానికి నేను దాన్ని వెళ్ళి మాడిఫై చేయను, నేను కరెక్ట్గా ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చుకుంటా ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 80 అని ఇస్తా. అప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా నా వాల్యూ అనేది 80 ఉంటుంది అన్నట్టు. కొన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఏమో ఇవి యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాయి, కొన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఏమో ఇది యూజ్ చేసుకుంటారు అట్లా. సో నాకు ఈ వాల్యూ 80 అనేది 2 ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కి కావాలి. ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ కి ఏమో 80 కావాలి, ఇంకో ప్రోగ్రామ్ కి 100 కావాలి. అలాంటప్పుడు నేను ఈ రెండు మెన్షన్ చేయాలన్నట్టు. ఓకే. సో ansible.cfg వచ్చేసి హైయెస్ట్ ప్రియారిటీ డన్ ansible.cfg. క్లియర్? అర్థమైందా?
ఓకే.
ఒకవేళ 4 మెన్షన్ చేసారు అనుకోండి, ఏది రీడ్ అవుతుంది సార్ అంటే ఇది అట్లా. ఇప్పుడు ఈ 3 మెన్షన్ చేసి, ఈ 3 ఉన్నాయి సార్, నేను 3 చోట్ల వాల్యూ రాస్తా, నేను ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తా, 3 ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతాయి అంటే అవ్వవు, ఇది మాత్రమే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతాయి. సో టాప్ ది. ఓకే. టాప్ టు బాటమ్ అప్రోచ్.
సార్ ఈ 4 ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈ 4 వాళ్ళకి డిఫరెన్స్ ఎంత సార్? 4 దానికి వేరియేషన్ ఎలాగని?
ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక చెప్పిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ కి ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 10 కావాలి. ఓకే. ఇంకో ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో మీరు ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 30 పెడతారు, ఇంకో దాంట్లో ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 50 పెడతారు, ఇంకో దాంట్లో ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 100 పెడతారు. సో వేరియబుల్ అంతా సేమ్ కదా ఇప్పుడు. ఓకే. కొన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కి 10 కావాలి, సో వాళ్ళకి ఇది ఫిక్స్ చేస్తారంట, వాళ్ళు ఇదే యూజ్ చేసుకుంటారు. అట్లా ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ వేరియబుల్ యూజ్ చేసుకుంటారు. ఇక వాళ్ళు ప్రోగ్రామ్ కాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి ఒక చోట ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ వేరియబుల్ పాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అట్లా వేరియబుల్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ వస్తుంది మీకు, దాంట్లో ఈ వాల్యూ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో లేదు నేను కరెంట్ డైరెక్ట్ లో పెట్టుకొని నేను ఇదే వాడుకుంటా అన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు దీన్ని తయారు చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే. సో డైరెక్ట్ నువ్వు ansible.cfg పెట్టుకొని నీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ దగ్గరనే పెట్టుకొని సో ఈ వాల్యూ యాడ్ చేసుకోవాలి దాంట్లో. అప్పుడు నీ ఇదే ప్రయారిటీ ఉంటుంది నీకు. మిగతా దాంట్లో ఎక్కడ మెన్షన్ ఉన్నా నీకు 30 వస్తుంది ఎప్పుడైనా. లేదు నాకు 50 కావాలనుకుంటే ఈ వాల్యూని మీరు పాస్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. క్లియర్? సో బై డిఫాల్ట్ ఇది ఆల్రెడీ ఇదే ఉంది ansible.cfg ఫైల్. ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది వాల్యూ, ఎక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అంటే చూడండి కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. One minute. cat/etc ansible.cfg. వాల్యూ కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉంటుంది మీకు. ఇంకా ముందు టాపిక్స్ లో వస్తాయి ఇవన్నీ. లిస్ట్ పెద్ద అయిపోయింది కదా, చాలా ఉన్నాయి వాల్యూస్. సో మెనీ ఆర్ దేర్. etc host file, or else we can do one thing. I'll show you simple example. Okay, so which you can understand. No, it is not there here. Okay, so we will see how to use that configuration variable, okay, in the further playbooks. Okay, చూద్దాం లేండి, మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ అవుతుంది అది. So how we are going to use those different configuration files in the program. Okay, I'll show later, it will come. Once after variables concept, you can easily understand why it is requirement actually, my requirement. Okay, I want to use at the 4 places. So here just I am talking about the precedence, which is the priority. One example I already shown you. I kept one Ansible configuration in my project file folder and one already the default. So which is the priority means current directory. Okay. So now I want to tell you one important fundamental rule. So whenever, what is the output of this command? Tell me anyone. So what is the output of this command? Anyone tell me? What is the output of this command?
Present working directory.
I'm not asking abbreviation. I'm asking what is the output. What is the answer? Output.
Ansible.
Ansible is a user, sir. Who am I? If you type, Ansible will come. Okay. If you write, if I write a command, who am I? Okay, then Ansible will come. This is basic Linux question I'm asking. Okay. You write who am I? Then it will tell Ansible. See, the output is Ansible. I'm not want. I'm asking about PWD.
Slash home
Slash home
slash Ansible.
Ansible. Okay. See, by default, your Ansible. Okay, by default, your Ansible is designed in such a way so it will run as a current user. Okay, it will talk to the current user. So Ansible is the user. So Ansible user will talk to Ansible only by default. Okay, Ansible user connects to the Ansible user. Okay, so that is how it is designed. So now let me check in this way. Let me open one more slide, one more terminal to make understand. Okay, I'll go here, cd downloads. I will connect to the Ubuntu machine. Okay, I'm just connecting to the node. Okay, it is a Red Hat machine. I'm connecting. Yes. So these are all important elements you have to understand. Okay. So EC2 user. So what is PWD? /home/ EC2 user. Okay. Suppose if I go to sudo -i. If I go to sudo -i. So what is the EC2? What is the user? /root. Okay. If I switch user Ansible. Okay. What is the PWD out command? /home/ Ansible. Now from this you tell, okay, Ansible is connecting to which user directly. This is one output. This is another output. The same command when it is connecting on the remote machine, executing on the remote machine, it is by default connecting to a common user called Ansible. Okay. So Ansible by default it will connect to the common user. So Ansible will connect Ansible only. Okay. So that is a default rule. Now let's see this output. What is this output? Ansible -m ping. Let me use all. Okay, -m ping -u EC2 user. -e -u EC2 user. So what is the output, sir? See, you can see the command. It is trying to connect to the EC2 user. Okay. So if you don't mention any user, Ansible will directly look for Ansible user only. Okay. It will look for the Ansible user only. So this option basically tells I want to connect to other user. I want to connect to other user like EC2 user, or I want to connect to root. Okay, in both the cases you got a error. But if I try to, I don't need to mention Ansible here like this, because by default Ansible looks for Ansible only. That is how Ansible is designed, sir. Okay, by default it will look for Ansible only. But now my scenario comes slightly different. I just want to connect to EC2 user because on the remote machine, so other users also there. So then what is the solution for this? Because this is my requirement, right? Every time Ansible won't work with Ansible only, right? Ansible want to connect to other users of the remote machine. Remote machine is used by multiple users. Let's say EC2 user is one of the user, and they see it's not connecting. Okay, so what I have to do now? Tell me. Any idea? I will give one hint. As Ansible basically works on a concept of SSH. This is a big hint I given. And the error also is very clear for you. Permission denied, public key, password. If you know just basic Linux knowledge, you can easily answer how to solve this issue.
To do SSH key generation.
Already I created. SSH keygen is already
Yes,
created
yes.
here. Then
Yes.
next, what is the solution? SSH key is already generated. Do you remember in the installation time only? I have
Yes.
already run this SSH-keygen. Already I
Yes, sir.
generated. Next, what I have to do now after generating the keys? I already generated. If you want, refer. It is already there. Keys are already there. Okay, so copy SSH ID to EC2 user. Someone has given answer, right? Okay, okay, I will try to do this. So what will happen? You just understand. SSH copy ID EC2 user @ IP address. Okay, @ IP address of the EC2 user. So I'll take the private IP only. So what will happen, sir? Will it happen or it will throw error? Will
We
it
have
happen or
already done that, sir.
who done? When?
That
I have not done.
for
I have not done any time this command up to now. Am I done this command?
this is for
No,
EC2
no.
user not done, sir.
Yeah, EC2 user not done. For Ansible I did, not for EC2 user.
Yes.
First time I am doing. Ansible user want to talk to other user. Okay. So now what is the problem? So it is asking for the EC2 password. Unfortunately, EC2 user password is not there, right? So how to fix this? First you have to update the password for EC2 user. Okay, sudo or you have to update the password for EC2 user. Passwd EC2 user. So this is what extra step you need to take care. Okay. So now EC2 user password is updated. Okay, now it is you enter the password EC2 user. So after entering the password, so what it happens, sir? The password is correct. 1 minute, sir. I think I'm wrong. I'm entering wrong password. Just try to update the password once again. Okay. So there is one problem I will highlight you. Okay. So sometimes it will not work also. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it is showing permission denied, permission denied. So let me exit and reconnect on both the machines. So to see the changes. Fine. So let me reconnect. So su-ansible. So what I have to do now? SSH copy ID EC2 user @ IP address. We want to know which IP address we are copying. Okay, that is also an important thing. So Red Hat user IP. Okay, proper IP I have to use. So, and I have to give the password. Okay, so it is saying that it has copied the key. Okay, so now let me execute the playbook. Ansible -m ping Red Hat. Okay, so -u EC2 user. Okay, it's pinging now. Okay, so let me execute the pwd command also. Ansible, okay, Red Hat, okay, next -m -a pwd. Okay, suppose if you do it directly like this, it will give /home Ansible, but I want to use as a different user. Okay, EC2 user. Now what is the output, sir? So different user. Okay, clearer? So what is the use of -u option? So it is just connecting to the other user. It is connecting to the other user.
So in one managed node, we can have many users, so sir.
Yes, boss. It is basic Linux thing, right? In once because it is a server. It is not a desktop, right? Desktop systems will be used by a single person, just like me. I'm using Windows desktop. If a server can be shared between multiple users.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Here all servers only. These are all servers. Server will multiple users will have, right? Multiple users can log in into a server. So Ansible can manage any user on a particular server by using this option. So this is a basic pwd command. Let's check this command. Okay, I'm going some like say admin command cat shadow. So shadow. Will it work, sir? Will it work? Output I'll get or not? See, I'm not getting, sir. Then what I have to do in this case? Tell me, anyone? I'm getting permission denied like this. Whenever I am trying to use like any administration command, what I have to do?
-g, -k.
You know already this, okay? If I use -b, okay, let's say I am using -b, become, full form I'll write, okay? So become, -b also you can write, okay? See, okay, become. You got the output or not? So without prompting any password, it came automatically. Become, sir, it's enough actually. Like it is like a sudo, okay? So it is like a sudo. If you are trying to install anything, sometimes you have to give -K also. So let me try to use it for Ubuntu. Let me try on Ubuntu now. Once again, I'm repeating. Okay, so these are very fundamentals, very important. Okay, so -u Ubuntu, will it work directly? So it will fail. So first, what you have to do? You have to copy your keys to the Ubuntu machine, right? What is the command? SSH copy ID. Suppose you don't want to use this copy ID, then what you have to do? Alternate approach also you should know. Tell me, sir, what is the alternate approach? If I do SSH copy ID, it will tell you are not allowed to use SSH copy ID. Then what is the solution you will do? How you will copy your public key to the remote server? Tell me. What is your idea? In real time, you will face most of the scenarios like this. SSH copy ID won't work. What you will do? Tell me, sir. You should know that now solution. Anyone? Gautam? Hello. So this is the public IP. Okay. Dot pub. Okay. This public IP. This is a public IP. Whenever you try to do SSH copy ID, this code will go and copy into the remote server automatically without your help, without your manual work. Okay, what you have to do, basically, you have to prepare one, you have to open your Outlook, okay, email, okay. So you have to ask that guy, okay, take this code, okay, this much code and copy like this, okay. You have to send this code through email, okay, to his mail ID. He will open his mail ID, email, and he will copy this code and he will go to Ubuntu machine. Okay, so what he will do, I'll show. We can share this public key with anyone, okay, but private key should not share. Remember, private keys are your own property, you should not share. So what he will do, you ask him, go to Ubuntu, okay. So then here you have one file in the SSH location, you have one file called authorized_keys, okay. So there are so many entries here, don't worry, just go to the end, okay, go to the end, okay. So go to the end, okay, and enter. So paste my key. So he will go to email, okay, he will go to the email. Again, what he will do, he will copy the entire code like this, okay, from the email which you shared, and he will do manually on your request, okay. He will save like this, okay. In the Ubuntu machine, he will save the authorized case. That's it. See, whatever SSH ID command is doing, so you are doing it from an email with the help of other guy. See, not only here, if you want to copy this public key to GitHub, Docker, any third-party tools also, you can do like this. You can take the copy and you have to paste it into some server. You have to paste it into some server. So now, in this way, that SSH copy ID you can avoid. So let's try to ping first. Ansible -m ping Ubuntu. So it will directly connect to your Ansible machine. So I will try to use pwd so that it will be very clear for you. So if I directly use pwd Ubuntu, what is the expected output? /home/Ansible. Okay. But if I want to use as Ubuntu only, then you will add -u Ubuntu. Okay. So then /home/Ubuntu. Clear? /home/Ubuntu. Now let me see how we will write through playbook. How we will write this scenario through playbooks. Okay, na? So suppose this is a playbook. Let me take one simple playbook, not ping playbook. Let this time we will choose some simple playbook. What is the playbook? Okay, let's say exam.yaml. What is this exam? Okay, example. So let me cut out this much. We will take simple file. Second one we will take. What is here? Ping.yaml. Okay. So which is the best example to explain you is I have to understand this example means I have to develop one more module called debug module. Okay, fine. See this one, sir. I'll show you one debug module here. Okay, we have to use one debug module. What this debug module will do is, okay, what this debug module will do is host all. Okay, so here we have to write it as. Okay, so what is the module name I have to use? The debug module. usage. So what is a debug module is printing the output. It will basically perform print. The module is debug. So it will have one parameter called message. In the message, whatever you type, let's say I will type hello. So it is going to print its output on the Ansible console. Okay. See, hello will be printed on the Ansible console. Okay. See, you can see. Debug module, whatever you give message, it is going to print. So what this task is going to show, you can use it. So debug module, which is basically printing some values. Okay. So debug module is basically to print some output. Is used to print some output. See, whatever you give, it will print. Whatever you give, it is going to print. It is going to print here. Okay. Suppose you give PWD. So what is the expected output, sir? It is going to print PWD only. Okay. Message equal to PWD. It is not the command here. Okay. So it basically prints strings only, not the commands. Okay. Now see this output. Now let me add in this way. I just want to use some command module. So name equal to the command module. So command. So command module I want to use. Okay, PWD. Okay, command module is I'm just using PWD. Okay, so if I want to print the output of a PWD, so then I have to use like this. Okay, so I'm using like this. So here A is nothing but, okay, so you have to use a register and then A. Okay, so register and A. So then let me save this file and execute this. So then play this. So 1 minute, let me check the usage, syntax of register. So Ansible registers basically used when you want to capture the output of a task to a variable. Okay. So just I want to see the usage, how we are going to use it. So it basically stores the, captures the output. I given corrective only, right? So register some value. Otherwise not printing, that we have to see. So just give me 1 minute. I will try to do the same. Okay, but this time I will do some. This is what I did, right? So let me do one more. Basically, so this is Ansible issue. Okay, so let me correct this by just keeping, okay, double quotes. Okay. Okay, if it is working, then I will explain you something. Tomorrow also I will explain the same command. It will come, sir. See, it is working. Okay. See, why? Because so basically, if I want this register variable to print something, I cannot able to see the output. Okay, that's why we have to use register. The register is nothing but, okay, it is a special keyword. Okay, so which basically captures some output of a task. Okay, So in most of the scenario, we use register for shell module, command module, etc. Okay. If I want to store any output, okay. So PWD is giving some output like /home/Ansible or whatever. So that value will be captured in the A, and using debug module, I'm just printing that variable with a standard output. Std out means standard output. So it will print on a terminal. So here, okay, actually this double quotes in most of the Ansible you will be seeing without double quotes only. It will work. Okay, but recently your VI, especially your Linux VI, so parser issues will come. Okay, so both are acceptable. Okay, but basically try to use this double quotes. Okay, so because my this is throwing YAML parser issues. Okay, so both are correct only, but try to use these double quotes. So have you understood this program? First, if you understand this program, then I will show you how to call for the user. I will implement through playbook. So is it clear? What is the, here you are learning two things, two module, debug module. So what is debug module will do? It will just print whatever you give. So instead of giving the value, I just printing the register variable. So what do you mean by register means? For every task, output can be stored in a register variable. It is used to capture, already it is here. It is to capture the output of a task to a variable. You can use this value for different scenarios in a future. So for future, okay, so like this. So this is the usage I am storing I am using immediately here. Okay, clear, understood? Any doubt in this program?
So it's like calling a method a.std out mean we are calling the
Not a
method
method,
std
calling a variable. No.
calling a
You can tell
variable.
simply calling
Okay.
a variable or printing a variable. That's it. No need of method. Method means logic will be there, but it will hold value.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. It will just hold the value. What is the command value? What is the output of this task? /home/Ansible. That value it will hold. That's it. Nothing more than that. Register is not. It will not a method. It is a variable. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, see, if I don't mention any username anywhere in the Ansible playbook, so what is the output, sir? Can you tell me? What is the output of the PWD in a playbook? /home/Ansible. See, it is directly connecting to /home/Ansible. Right or wrong? /home/Ansible. Directly disconnecting. But I want /home/EC2 user. Then what I have to do, sir? Tell me. I want EC2 user. Okay, so in between host and task, we can mention that special variables. So remote underscore user is equal to EC2 user. So like this you can mention. Okay, so what is the output of this program? Okay, so gathering facts having some issue, but so you can see the output. Okay, so it is 89 /home/EC2 user. It is printing the value /home/EC2 user. So one is having some issue. I don't know what is that. Okay. So but here you are getting the /home/EC2 user. /home/EC2 user. Okay. So you are writing Ubuntu. So now this time Ubuntu will work and EC2 user will fail. Okay. Yeah, you got right. So one time it is unable to get that user. Okay, over there. So it will give output. So this time Ubuntu will work. It is trying to basically search on two users. That's why When Red Hat comes, it will fail. I will tell I don't know Ubuntu, hands up. Okay. But this time in the 182, Ubuntu will be founded. So it is give the output /home/Ubuntu, because we mention all, okay, in the debug module. So it is trying to capture, it is trying to see for the user in all the location. Here, so we have to use -u options are simple. It is like a -u option. Okay, clear? So in tomorrow's class, I will show you more scenarios related to today's topics. Okay. So almost all you will also see like similar topics, but directly I will use in the program, so you can easily understand it. Okay. So if I use become_user, okay, you can easily understand it. The last topic for today. Okay. So just I want to explain you. Okay. So -b-K. Okay. -b-K. So -b stands for -become, which basically using like sudo. So -K means it is like asking the password. Okay, it will ask for the password. The full form is, so basically you can use -K. Some people will use like this also. Okay, ask become pass. Okay, like this also people will use. Both are correct. So it will just prompt for the password. It will just prompt for the password. Like whenever you are installing any commands and all, we are using this ask become pass -K. We will try to automate this too in the tomorrow's class. Okay. I don't want to give -b-K anymore. Okay. So we will try to see that tomorrow only. Don't worry. Okay. So whenever I try to install any installation and all, so it will stop here. It will not install basically. Okay. Because failed to look. Okay, apt module like that. So it is expecting to pass -b-K. But tomorrow, after automating this, this should work. This will work. Okay, I will automate it tomorrow only. So any questions? So what are the important topics? Important topics you discussed means first is the inventory. Okay, so how do you limit your inventory to hosts? Limiting the inventory. How to use your host patterns? Okay, in a combination with respect to inventory only, right? That is all inventory only. Okay. Next one is what is the use of -limit option? Okay. Then how to execute the user for as a different user? What is a debug module? Okay. And what is a register variable? Okay. And you are going to see tomorrow also it will come. These topics will come tomorrow. I will basically start with variables. So where you will get lot of repetitive things here. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow 9:30 to see some more important advanced concepts in Ansible. So once you use that variables concept, then you will see loops, okay, conditional statements, and then you can see the roles also, how to implement roles. Clear? So any questions? If you have no questions, then we'll meet tomorrow. So try to practice these concepts. Okay. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay.